What was the most mind-blowing form of idiocy you witnessed out in the world? When I was a kid 12-13ish, me and my friends used to play down by a river. One day while down there, a friend dropped something in the water, and his logic, while wearing long sleeves, was that if he moved fast enough he could grab it out of the water without getting wet. This would save him the hassle of pulling his sleeve up. So, he went for it, and had a soaking wet sleeve. However, and the laws of physics expected this outcome anyway. But the surprised look on his face when his sleeve got wet stays with me to this day. He couldn't believe it didn't work. So yeah, that. Watched some unspecified Islamic militants get in a firefight with some other Islamic militants, through the lens of a drone which was not party to the conflict and just happened upon them. Instead of low crawling to stay behind a shirt wall for cover, they'd apparently been taught to stop, drop, and roll in the direction they wanted to go. It wasn't just one dude. There were probably 24 people out there maneuvering like this. These were somewhat trained, uniformed personnel, not just random farmers. When I thought COVID masks didn't do much to prevent a virus from spreading. Listen up, guys and gals, masks are essential to fighting and prevention of COVID. I know what you're thinking, oh boy, another advertisement for the Chinese People's Free Republic mask industrial complex. Full stop. Masks prevent in 95.6% of the COVID. That's right, I said 95.6, whoosh. Don't beat 'em for not wearing a mask. Mayo, folded hands, thumbs up. You know when parents ask their kids if X jumped off a bridge, would you? When that kid copies some idiot behavior from their friends. I grew up in a touristy coastal region, the answer is yes. Every year idiot teenagers on holiday did it. At least the idiot locals knew which cliffs and what high tide is. Toss up between a co-worker being told by a customer you never get a job with those tattoos while he was working at his job. Or a woman at a hot rod custom car show filling up her kid's hot rod with a jerrycan while smoking. All of 2020. I worked in customer service at the time, and the only way I can describe the attitude from everyone is belligerent ignorance. They didn't understand what was going on and wanted to make it everyone else's problem. I saw a mom in the Disney World bathroom spank her 3-4-year-old daughter for not being able to preemptively urinate on a toilet she didn't have to go. And mom was forcing her to. It was heartbreaking. I should have said something. I am king of the world. When I visited the castle in 2018 that Queen Elizabeth lived in, I saw a 24-year-old say this seriously, and then he tried to get in. The guards put him in his place pretty quickly. A video of someone thinking Europe was a country and that Canada was in France, and even the interviewer not realizing Canada was a country and thought it was inside America. Religious people. Pick any of the popular Bible stories. Walk on water, water into wine, Noah's Ark. It's science fiction, and millions of people believe this shit. Low-T commercials are hilarious. It's like the concept would be used as a comical skit about those types of products. I had to make sure I wasn't watching SNL. People believing that 10-14 years old watch kids shows and act immature. Nuh-uh. They act older than that. Like they're 18. Trust, as I am in that age range. Working retail when Black Friday was a super big deal, and watching people act like complete idiots over stupid things that they didn't really need. Literally every week at various airports. I lose a little more faith in humanity. People are so stupid at airports, especially the security line. People claiming the COVID vaccine was a microchip tracker. I guess no one told them they got a tracker right there in their back pocket. Woozy face. 70 million Americans voted for the traitor in 2020, and the Republican Party is still looking like they will nominate him for 2024. Oh, and that hat of yours. We invented it. We are now stealing your thoughts of blowing Alex Jones and getting railed by Trump. The person who argued with me that the state we live in couldn't have an earthquake because it wasn't earthquake season yet. Someone telling me the only reason COVID hit the US so badly was because it's the most densely populated country in the world. Every time I come across a mirror when I'm out about in the world, the same massive idiocy shows up there every time. Flat Earth in a world where space tourism is fast becoming a thing. SMH. Only thing dumber are the anti-vax people. I was asked by an adult woman if pirates were real. She literally thought that Disney made them up for a movie. An anti-abortion protester telling me a story about a woman he knew who got struck by lightning on her IUD. I once pissed on an electric fence. To prove you can't get a shock from pissing on an electric fence. The people who copy and paste a disclaimer on Facebook thinking it's some type of binding contract. Believe it or not, the US elected Donald Trump as president. So much mind-blowing idiocy from that. Redditors downvoting veganism while saying they love animals and care about the environment. The American I want the biggest truck with the highest possible grill competition. Anytime someone says all of a sudden. Like fuck you, it's all of a sudden. Idiot. One time a co-worker told me Andrew Tate was a real inspiration to men everywhere. Generally everything being said by all political party candidates within the US. A kid asked me if my Volvo was a Volvo 3 times. It made my brain hurt. Me. I put 2 discs in my PS4 and wondered why it wasn't working, crying face. How everyone reacted to COVID, when nowadays it's a non-factor. Kid that got told to jump off the boat in shark-infested waters. That a 99.9999999 survival rate from a cold required a vaccine. People getting the jabs and dying from mysterious heart attacks. Using hell or the devil to scare people, predominantly kids. People trusting the science then dropping like flies, lol.